I'm like, the Silas, Akali, LeBlanc, Yasuo Specialist looks in a Victor. With all due respect, 4 of all these champions were all bad. So the game was like, well, rip, screw this. I guess I'll go back to playing control mages. But yeah,
no.
I feel like Dusty right here are very extremely willing to skill check, especially since you pick the Alistar into the Rel. These are 2 champions that counter each other, and it's whoever breaks each other's combo first ends up winning the trade right here, whilst Linces and Kerberos are walking into 4 members. Now Stend is coming, but he might have to flash for this. Linces is...
Yeah. Why has Linces not flashed yet? He was so slow to pull that trigger. They do get the arrows off the slow, and the ghost is still there on curb, but Linces was just taking so much damage for free. And I think that was just a miscommunication. The expectation was Stend would flash Polv, and then he didn't because he thought Linces would flash. That was just... They weren't communicating. That's what happened there.
Then Voxner, though, got chucked down to 30% HP, and he's going to be backing, which means that he's going to be pretty late in lane. This is going to be a rough first of a few levels for the side of Dusty. The only upside that I can see right here is that the Ignite from Nash has already been used, but as you can see, Ignite is one of the shortest cooldowns when it comes to summon spells, so it's going to be active fairly soon. Half of the cooldown is almost already gone, so by the time Nash is like level 3, it's most likely going to be back up and running. But right here, as you can see, 1 CS of experience going to be gone for the Voxne if he's going to be lucky enough to catch up with the rest. But that means that level 2 is going to be quite delayed for the Dusty AD carry, and Riddle come out winners on this one.
And actually, kind of just going back to that invade as well, it's not just about, yeah, sure, Nash got the kill, so that's probably the best case scenario for Dusty. The Rel gets the kill, but look, Linces, no flash. Curb, no ghost. Backline, no ghost. Like, they used a lot of summoner spells there. A lot of very key summoner spells early now. And that is, with them Voxney now basically out of the lane and having to play very respectfully to Kevo and Nash, it just means this is going to be infinitely more rough for Dusty this early game. And they're going to have to play this very smart. They're going to have to, you know, play with respect and then hope that their team fighting prowess is going to be enough for them. It's now been 2 games in a row where their team fighting has basically just defined this series. And this is definitely going to be the big test for them. Linces getting jumped over the wall by Stefan here, who Hex flashes in. They have got the stun to try and answer out, but the blue buff actually eats it away. The smite is secured there by Linces, who has no flash, remember. Caught out. They're going to try and get the knock up on to Nash. They get him underneath the tower. Nice. The chain CC as Linces secures himself the kill. Stefan makes his way over to try and save the day, but that was a lot used, and now Faison's getting chased onto. Linces needs to be careful as he could find himself in trouble. The exhausters come out, they get the headbutt, they get the pole, they get the follow-up. Dusty are popping off at the beginning of this game as Stefan's being run onto, and Backlund with the laser secures the kill. A massive amount of mistakes at the beginning of this game, but Dusty find the opportunity to fire back.
So many things just went wrong right here for Riddle. First of all, Stefan invades. No prior in his lanes. You didn't see anyone from his lanes, whether it was bot lane or mid lane, move first. It was literally him versus Linces. But because they're fighting into Linces' jungle and because Riddle has not moved, that means that, wait a minute.
Stend is making a bit of an oopsie here. They are going to get the stun down. They're getting a whole bunch of damage off onto Nash. They're actually bringing Linces over. Can he get here in time? The answer is no. Kevo and Nash are so low HP. Linces is down. The shutdown goes to Kevo. Dusty, suddenly they're the ones making the mistakes. Then Voxy does have flash, but he does get clipped there by the Winter's Wrath, trying to get away desperately as Nash speeds up towards him, and he gets away. 2 kills from Dusty, just give it over for free there.
Wow, and Kevo from 0 to hero. That's Samira 2 kills in the bag. You go back, you either buy the Noonquiver or you go straight into it. He's going to go straight into the Vamp Setter and double the longsword right there. Really good stuff from Kevo to pick these ones up. And Dusty overextend just as they about found themselves back into the game after a very rough level 1. They just give it straight back to Riddle, and now Kevo is in a pretty good and comfortable position to try and carry with this Samir to apply a lot of pressure into that bot lane onto the Voxen instead that have been actually on point so far, but Faison might be out of trouble, has no flash.
Yeah, they are looking to run him down, but he blast cones away, or not blast cones, self blast cones.
It looks like a blast cone, it's fine, it was a rubber ducky.
Yeah, it's the old version. Before plants came out.
It's a satchel.
Yes, it was his satchel. He was able to get away. Linsis able to secure himself the crab as well as he scuttles back into his own jungle, not after taking a grump from Stefan's jungle. So while Stefan has actually been, you know, he made a mistake, but then he did definitely recover for that with that bot lane play. He is actually now pretty significantly behind Linsis. Linsis obviously got those 2 kills, has taken away a few camps. He's still got his full jungle to clear as well, and he's got a 35 to 18 CS lead. So pretty significant lead for Linsis already, and with the fact he's going to be able to fully clear out his jungle, this can be a pretty big base for him. He's got 450 gold at the moment, but he is definitely ahead as far as the junglers go. Jaxplank has a experience lead over Curb. He's got himself that level advantage, and Curb playing with respect. He's got boots too, though, so he's pretty quick on his feet right now.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think this top lane matchup is very skill-based. We've seen some Fioras do absolutely disgusting stuff. And on the other hand, if Kerberos manages to skill check Jaxplank onto that Fiora, he can come out ahead, especially having the Ghost to chase him down. But the thing right here is Linsis' bot lane again.
Oh, good block on the wall there, but the stuns should be enough. Kevo goes down, shut down to Dem Voxney. Very, very... It was a very respectful dive, jump in there, actually, and they played that very patiently. Make sure that they do kind of bait out the overextension. And Demvox is going to be able to shovel wave in for free and steal this one away. Not before trying to run Stefan down. Maybe picking up an extra couple of minions as the alley flashes over, gets the headbutt, doesn't quite get the pole combo as well, but does at least get it onto the pair of them still. Sten's pretty low though. Oh, pretty close to being locked down by the stun. They should be able to get it. No, it resets. In comes Faison. He's got the ducky, buying some space, but now he's the one in trouble. He tries to get his way out, but Backland's able to secure the kill. And now they've got a couple more bombs to work with. Backland's got the ghost on and is chasing Sten down. He's got so much movement speed. He can flash Q if he wants to. Tries to find him with a laser beam. Unable to do so. Puts down the gravity field. Flashes away as well. Has got himself no ultimate to work with. A little bit over eager there from Dusty's mid laner to jump into the middle of free. Meanwhile, Voxney's just quite happily taking 2 plates for himself.
I think Dusty's having a little bit too much fun.
I think they are. I think they are. Stefan's able to survive. Linsis lives as well. He has a form to steal away if he needs the help, and 2 more players go down. Dusty, they're just playing with their food right now.
I was about to say, I think Dusty's having a little bit too much fun. It can backfire. It has already backfired once this game, but I feel like when it comes to skill checking, Dusty just have the upper hand right here. They just keep skill checking their opponents. I mean, look at Backland's inventory. He had nothing but the ring. It turned straight into a freaking Magi's. 5 stacks already, just 8 minutes into the game. This guy is confident enough that not only will he not die, but that he will be filling up the pages of this book soon enough. It's literally his first item, completed item in his inventory. Absolutely nothing right here. And again, I feel like the bot lane specifically, that Voxney has been playing so freaking well these skirmishes together with Linsis and Sten. Oh, hold on.
Oh, can he get it in time? The parry connects! In comes Sten! And Curb survives with a sliver of HP. Linsis is making his way over as well. He has got that Heartbreaker if he can get in range onto Jaxplank, but he's not going to risk it. He's going to hold it for now. Oh, that was close.
Wow, okay. Kerb needs to give his honor after this game over to Sten, or he would be absolutely dead. Really well played right there from Jaxplank, using the ultimate, hitting all the vitals, getting the heal right there, reposting, as well as stunning Kerberos in place. So well played from Jaxplank. Unfortunately for him, Kerb did have friends coming towards the top side of the map, as you can see. Sten is staying towards the top side, and Kerberos is returning together with Linsis, but also from the river, you see Stefan going up. And this is going to be most likely a fight for the Herald. Mind you though, Jaxplank very low on HP, very low on mana, has to reset, which means he will not be in time for that Rift Herald. Let's see if Riddle are going to choose to actually contest it nevertheless.
Yeah, we'll keep our eyes on them for that front, but I think actually Dusty have secured every Rift Herald this series. Every Rift Herald has been taken at least. They're being very on it. I might have just cursed them here because Stefan's made his way over. Who's going to win the smite fight? It should be Dusty, and it is. Linsis able to secure that one, and they have been doing just so well, actually. Really, really clean stuff. Chains actually do connect. Instant cleanse out from Kevo. Doesn't even want to risk it with the wind wall. It's just going to cleanse out from those chains from Demvoxney and move away. Rift Herald now in the pocket of Linsis. Question is where is he going to use it? Is he going to use it mid or bot to try and secure, you know, pressure towards this dragon, which is up on the map.
I think it's very important right here to see that they have a bunch of wave clear in the mid lane, especially with the Ziggs. So I feel like opening up that mid lane tower is going to be huge. One, you take away a lot of the safety of the Ziggs to walk up in this lane. And two, pretty much open up the map for Lintus to do whatever the heck he wants in enemy jungle. Right here, he's about 20 CS up. He's 1 level up onto Stefan as well. And fairly so, right? Oh, hold on.
Oh, they are looking for Nash, but they're not actually quite able to get him. But the C... Okay, don't worry, they get him. They're able to get him. Wow, he's dead. Backland's actually ghosted in as well. They're going to flash forward to Lindsay here. They got the Heartbreak to keep the CC chain going. And Backland's able to secure that kill. Meanwhile, then Voxney quite happily auto-attacking away. Kerb has been all-in a couple of times by Jax Plank, and it has been close every goddamn time. So Kerb needs to be a little bit careful. He's getting, well, it's called ego-checked right now by Jax Plank for this pick.
Ego-check? That's what we call it?
Yeah, it's what I call ego-checking.
All right, fair enough. I mean, at this point, if I was Dusty, I would ego check as well. I think game 1 and 2 were pretty stumpy. I think they outclassed Riddle in every manner of the game, whether it was ganking, macro movements, pressing their buttons on their respective champions, and it seems to be the case this time as well. I feel like for Riddle's early game, it was all about that Samira and Rel, and Dusty managed to shut it down, but can they shut down Keb?
Uh-oh! Yes is the answer. Yes, they can. That was just sad time hours for old Kirby. But, you know, he stayed on low HP, so you somewhat expect it. As Stefan actually might have Stend here. Stend gonna bop him back, and luckily for him, there is a minion under the tower, so he doesn't even take a cheeky tower shot. Rift Herald gets summoned in the mid. It's not gonna actually finish up the tower, but it is gonna do one hell of a chunk to it. And now the boys are back in town. Backland and Lindsys, who have basically been holding hands all game, rotating around the map together, hunting down members as Jax Plank tries to get himself the riposte off, but Lindsys with the fancy feet able to step backwards and not get stunned there.
But that is a ghost blown for Jax Plank and a flash blown for Stefan as well. It feels like Dusty are just so much stronger on the map right now. Again, we were talking about how the bot lane needed to be the strong front for Riddle. You know, there's Samira Rel, the duo that can actually jump in and absolutely 100% to zero you really quickly. And the fact that they did put Kevo on the front foot, but then Lynchus has just not left bot lane. He stayed bot lane to the point where him and then Voxnet got so fed taking kills from that bot lane that now then Voxnet is able to 1v1 versus Kevo, and Kevo is the one that has to actually step back. Although Riddle are bringing 3 members into the river looking for Lintus.
Oh, they are looking for him indeed. Has he got the Heartbreaker? Yes, he does. Uses it to get away. Stefan's being run down by Kerb, but Kerb's heavily chunked out. And there we go. 1 kill for Kerb, but he's immediately going to get jumped onto, but not finished up. The riposte isn't even coming close. Kerb gets himself a double kill.
How? Kerb literally ate the entire Ziggs combo. He kept eating bombs.
Oh, he ain't done. Oh, he ain't done. Lindsys is dead.
And that's a tower. And it goes pew pew, and you die. Lintus overextends right there. Ends up getting punished. His shutdown's going to be given away, if I'm not wrong, to Faison onto this Ziggs. And oh my god. Oh my god.
There's genuine panic in my voice there.
honestly, I thought you wanted to throw up.
I mean, that short fuse auto attack from Faison was disgusting. Look how much damage he does. Hit on this tower there. Boop. Oh, that wasn't so bad. Okay. On Kerb, it was a lot, to be fair. Ooh.
The disgusting it was. Okay. Back to the game. 4,000 gold in the lead, of course, for Dusty. And because of that trade in the mid lane, Faison was also able to open up that mid lane tier 1 tower, which is very important. And again, I want you guys to focus right here on Kerb, because Kerb is going to force himself in the tightest choke point of probably the entirety of Summoner's Rift right here. He's going to eat every single Ziggs spell and survive. And not only just survive, but also kill Stefan, and then dash back and tumble away from the Fiora, and also kill the Fiora. To me, that is absolutely mind-blowing. The healing and the dodging that he did after taking all the damage from the Ziggs. I mean, applauding to Kerb right there, but I guess Lintus overextends and ends up being shut down. But we have more.
Kevo's been stunned. He's cleansed and he's away. It's actually quite smart by Backland not to overcommit. He didn't really have the vision in the jungle to work with, so he was just quite comfortably forces the cleanse out from Kevo and then steps away. Nash and Sten show each other what their Qs do, but don't actually hit each other. Meanwhile, Kerb's going to grab himself that top lane tier 1 for himself. We have 15 minutes on the clock, and Dusty are quite far ahead, actually. I did not expect that from this game. I was like, from the start of this game, I was not in the expectation that this was going to be a close game by any means. Oh, sorry, a stompy game by any means.
Yeah, so it's 7,000 gold in the lead for Dusty. 15 minutes in, 16 kills on the board. Majority of them stacked onto Dusty's side. They're going to take the second Herald as well on the map. And both teams have been very peculiarly ignoring that first dragon on the map, particularly because both sides are mostly dead because of all the back and forth and all the fighting that's been happening. And of course, we chat a little bit about the junglers, even though Lindsay, I think, has had a fantastic series. It also needs to be said that when you move from like a farming position to a ganking facilitated position, like Stefan has done, usually you're expecting to see a lot of action. I think Stefan has very successfully moved from one side to the other, playing under Sejuani. He had 100% kill participation so far, but right now it's turned on its head because Stefan can no longer be the carry, right? He can facilitate for his carries, and it's Ziggs that has been set a little bit far behind. He needs at least 2 to 3 items to do like big damage with his bombs. And if you look across the board, there's just too many HP bars. There's pretty tanky members. There's a lot of mobility with the likes of Vayne as well and Alistar to get out the damage. So it's a little bit difficult for Riddle to get back into this game unless they get a pick maybe onto backline.
Yeah, they are looking at it for Curb is here as well. The damage has gone down onto Jax Bank. He's low HP. 2 members caught out by the stun. Curb flashes forward and Nash will be next to go. The silver bolts are popped and Curb gets himself the double kill. He's looking for the triple. Easy as you like. Curb finds himself the triple kill, and Dusty, I mean, they're just running away with this game. Multiple members down.
The most fascinating thing about Dusty is that you always think one member is overextending. Every single time you're like, this guy's dead, this guy's dead, this guy's dead, and then suddenly the entire team appears through the map.
That's paid actors, mate.
Yeah,
that's what it is.
Absolutely mind-blowing how good they are at micromanaging the map and their movements as a whole team.
It's happening again. No way is it happening again. Trouble, you were literally just talking about this. These guys are nuts at this. Lynx is able to steal away another form, charges out to safety. They do throw the ultimate down, but he just heartbreakers back around. 2 versus 4. Okay. They just run into them. Stefan's gonna burn down. He's cooked. That's another kill over to Dusty. Trouble, you literally just said they seem to overextend, but they're never overextending. They've got it planned out so well. That's an inhibitor down. That's a tower down. This game is so comfortably in Dusty's favor right now. It is going to be unbelievably hard for Riddle to pull this back.
Yeah, I mean, look at I was about to look at the time, but yeah, sure, look at the time, 18 minutes in, but that's a 12,000 gold lead for Dusty. They're just, I'm sorry to say it for Riddle fans right here, but they're just completely outclassing Riddle again in any form in the game, whether it comes to champions, macro, micro, engages, disengages. The way they're moving around the map is absolutely mind-blowing. And honestly, I think the one thing that we have to look forward as a backline completes his 25 stacks plus Death Cup, which does scale a lot with his Magi stacks and his Ludens. I'd like to say, just take a peek into the finals that's coming up. The Astralis versus this Dusty, because Dusty looked a little bit questionable coming up to the semi-final, and we had our questions for them. We're like, didn't look very clean versus Div 2 teams. Well, against Div 1 teams, they're playing full gear and they're absolutely stomping and they're doing so well. How well will they do against an Astralis that actually struggled to beat a JDXL that didn't have the best results towards the end of the year? Then Voxnay, 1 versus 2, what you got?
Not a lot. I think the problem
with
being able to outplay people is you're very based on being able to move.
Uh-oh.
He just couldn't move. Lindsay's turning around. Deathcap freshly onto backline.
Hold on.
Max Plank is toasted. Sten jumps into the backline, gets the headbutt off. The pole onto 1. Nash is low, but backline survives. Faison flashes forward, and the shield from the Q means backline is not in any danger at all. 4 members fall for Riddle.
Yeah, and Kevo survives, but it's because Kevo is not there to be run over by Dusty. And Dusty yet come out on top. It looks like that Vox is getting caught. Surprise! Everyone else is there to finish off the job for him. And honestly, it looks like clean as you take the Baron, you start pushing in one lane, bot lane's pushing already from the inhibitor that you've taken down. If you're Dusty, right now you're 40,000 gold up. You can just pretty much walk in, slap people in the face with your extra items, and just finish the deal. This has been an extremely clean and very dominant series from the side of Dusty, and I really hope that Astralis have something in the bag for themselves, because this Dusty looks invincible.
They look so strong. I am so excited, and I'm getting ahead of myself because I know we're technically in game 3 and it's technically not over, but I am very excited for the Astralis Dusty matchup. I'm calling it here now. I think, unfortunately for Riddle, this might just be their final game of the tournament, and we will be turning our eyes towards what Dusty are going to be able to do versus Astralis, because I think that is going to be a very fun finals.
As you can see, Dusty are taking the Baron buff all the way to top lane, but Nexus Towers are under attack for Riddle, so they have sent Stefan back to actually try and fend off these minions off of the Nexus Towers. But right now, Riddle, one last dance.
The two-man pole into the toaster. Nash is cooked. Kevo is next up as Curb secures a double kill. Faison falls to Dem Voxney, and Stefan is the final player standing. He's going to be almost going down to Curb. Not quite enough, but with the towers crumbling in an absolute stomp from Dusty. 22 minutes on the clock, and Dusty are going to finals.
I mean, you gotta give it to them. They were so clean. They were so